And welcome back to another Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. Now, if you're in Bali, Indonesia, and you're here, that means you survived the floods. Good job. Good job, me, Melita, and Natalie. But yeah, so tough time so far here in Indonesia, a little crazy month and a half. But we're here to bring each other together, support each other, and hopefully learn from each other as well. So that's one of the cool things. And I am going to give it over to our club president as she is also looking for our introduction video. So I'm going to filibuster and keep it going. There we go. Video. Bam. Nailed it. Got to share the sound, Nat.
That's right.
All right, let's give it up to the Bhinneka Online Toastmasters president.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ben, for opening the meeting as acting SAA. Hello, everyone. My name is Natalie, and I'm the club president for this term for Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club. Welcome back. It's an intimate meeting tonight, 9 of us. All of us are familiar with each other, our club members, and I would say honorary members because we have Dia, Apri, Alicia, very familiar faces, Melita and Anna also, Melita from Magical Bali, and among the other clubs that she's a part of, Anna from Malang Toastmasters Club. Thank you for coming and supporting our meeting. I would just want to say that this meeting is quite special because by the end of our meeting today, we're going to come together as a club and we're going to discuss about our club success plan very briefly because we will upload the result of our discussion this weekend so that our club can be eligible for the club, for the DCP points. So that's it. I'll pass it on. Please give a warm applause for our Toastmaster meeting who will lead tonight's session. Give it up for Toastmaster Benjamin Whittaker.
Whoa, hey, it's me. Welcome everyone again. Glad you're all here. And you know, it's fun. Our last meeting, we had a lot of people show up, and we're trying to, as Natalie said, we're trying to find a way to keep that going, which ideally it's all about adding value and having other people outside of Toastmasters realize the value that this club could add. And, you know, that's what we have to do. This sore throat. Got it. I don't know what the weather is, but my child is coughing, I'm coughing, and my wife's coughing. So stay away from us. And today's meeting theme is, oh, there it is. Got it. Master the mood. Now, what that kind of ideally means to me is, as someone who studied counseling, psychology, and that doesn't smile a lot. I don't really smile typically a lot, but you got to realize that in your life, most of the day, say 24 hours besides sleeping and all this stuff, our moods are like this. They're flatline, right? Flatline. And then there's spikes where we have these things where we're going boop, 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 happy, and then sad, happy, sad, happy. But they come in just moments, right? We have these moments, right? So the idea is like, as a counselor, you know, you ask this silly question, are you happy? Are you happy? You got to think about in your head, if you really want to really reflect on yourself, 51% of the time I'm happy, 49% of the time I'm not, but that's impossible because most of the time you're flatlined. So if you figure out how many happy moments you can get and how to do that, right? So hopefully in this meeting, you guys are able to find a way where you can kind of find moments of happiness, and hopefully those moments of happiness typically outnumber moments of sadness or whatever other antonym that might be. And that's kind of the idea. If you could master your mood, put yourself in situations where you're going to be around people that are positive, put yourself in opportunities where you're going to be able to accomplish goals, you're going to be a little bit more satisfied and happier, which you're going to make everyone else around you happier. So then you can become a master of your mood. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And it's a cool thing. We have a whole entire team of people. And of course, we have speeches and even a last minute speech from one of my heroes. Natalie, that's Alicia Curtis is here. Yes, very good. I can't wait. I always enjoy what she has to say because I always learn something. And again, Toastmasters from all around Indonesia are here to help. And even Melita, thank you so much for coming from Magical Bali. Are you in Bali Toastmasters or Magical? Are you still Magical? Okay, she says Magical. Got it. So, great. And then Malong Toastmasters, Surabaya Toastmasters. It's fantastic. All right. So what I want to do now, I say all right a lot. Stop counting that, anybody, if you're a grammarian. I'm going to get it over to our GE, and our GE is none other than Fifi. Yay!
Good evening, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Ben, fellow Toastmaster, and welcome guests. My name is Vivi, and I have the honor to serving you as General Evaluator for today's meeting. My role is to guide the evaluation segment of the meeting and offer feedback on how we conducted ourselves from before the meeting to the meeting's overall flow. To run this general evaluation, I will call my team to introduce their roles. Please welcome Timer. Timer is Toastmaster Anna from Malang Toastmaster Club. Okay?
Okay, thank you,
Toastmaster Anna.
Vivi. Yes, thank you. Hello everyone, I am Anna from Malang Toastmaster Club. So today I serve as a timer. So my duty is I'm going to time every speaker here. We have two speakers, prepare speech speaker, and then we have table topic session and general evaluation session. I will show three colors in my background. So for the first one, it will be yellow, green, and red. Yellow, it's mean green, it's indicate that you are within the allotted time. And then for the yellow color signals that your time is nearing completion. And then for red color, it signifies that your time has expired and you are granted an additional 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. And for a table topic, you have time for 1 to 2 minutes, and for evaluation, your time is 2 until 3 minutes. At the end of the session, each session, I will give my report to you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anna. It is important to get your message across in the allowed time and for the meeting to run according to the schedule. Now, let's continue to the member number 2, counter, Toastmaster Dia from Surabaya Toastmaster Club.
Thank you, Madam GE, Toastmaster Fifi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dia, and I'm your counter for tonight's meeting. As the counter, it is my duty to take note and count the overused words such as and, well, but, so, also filler sounds such as and also repeated words or phrases such as I, or this means, this means. By eliminating the overused words and filler sound and also repeated words and phrases, it helps us to convey the message we want to share to the audience. And even though we are all Toastmaster members here, but I would like to remind you on how to decrease the filler words and filler sounds is by using one of these. First is slow down when you speak, or even pause or stop. And also to replace the similar words with, for example, but with however, and with in addition or moreover, and something like that. And the rest is practice, practice, practice. So come to the Toastmaster meetings more often. I will give my account report at the end of the session. So I give the control back to Madam GE, Toastmaster Vivi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dia, for your brief explanation. And let's continue with the grammarian. And our grammarian today is Toastmaster Nancy from Bhinneka Online Toastmaster Club.
Thank you, our GE Toastmaster VP. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nancy, and today I will serve as your grammarian. This is my very first time being grammarian in Toastmaster, so let's learn together. As a grammarian, my role is to listen carefully to the language used throughout the meeting, and I will also take note of interesting phrases, effective word usage, and also gently point out our grammar errors. I'll be sharing my observation during the grammarian's report near the end of the meeting. Now, I am also excited to introduce our word of the day. Okay, our word of the day is composure. Our word of the day is composure, meaning the state of being calm and in control of oneself, especially in difficult situations. Now, I would like to encourage all of us to say the word of the day together. Let's unmute and say it, composure.
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 Okay. Good. Don't forget to use the word of the day in your speech or throughout the meeting. And of course, I will also like to give you the example of the sentence. For example, even under pressure, she spoke with great composure. So that is all from me, grammarian, and I will be back at the end of the meeting. Back to you, Madam GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy, who acting as grammarian for today's meeting. So you will track our use of the word of the day, composure, and listening for good uses of the language as well as points for improvement. Thank you. So we will be back at the evaluation session. Now I return back to Toastmaster of the meeting.
All right. So again, we have 3 sessions, and the first session is our prepared speech session. We have 2 awesome speakers ready to go, and our first speaker is going to be none other than Natalie Chayati, and her evaluator is going to be none other than Melita. Playing music.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Natalie will present. I think this is one of wait, hold on. I think this is the one of that speech that I'm waiting for, because this is the Pathways Mentor, Advanced Mentoring. Because as we know, like mentoring is also one of the crucial things that we got in Toastmasters. And this time, Natalie will present 5 to 7 minutes advanced mentoring from her Pathways Mentor. The purpose of this project is to apply mentoring skills during a long-term mentoring commitment. and also to share some aspect of their experience, of Natalie's experience as a mentor. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a big applause for Natalie, the best investment, Natalie.
What come through your mind when you hear the word investment? Alicia?
Money.
Money. Fifi?
Increase in our income.
Increase in our income. What about Anna?
Golden.
Golden or gold. Apri?
Saving.
Saving. Okay, thank you. Usually when we hear the word investment, all of the things that came through our mind is something that has dollar value in it. Money, gold, saving, increase value in whatever that we put in. Rarely we associate investment with personal growth. But for me, mentoring is the best investment because we are able to help someone in their journey of personal growth. Today, I'm going to share my experience being able to have the privilege and honor to mentor Nancy, our youngest member here in Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club, 22 years old, in her last semester in uni, or last year in uni, studying chemistry, correct? Oh, sorry, pharmacy, studying pharmacy. You won't believe that she's a pharmacist because she spoke very eloquently. And it's such a privilege in the past 1 year, ever since Nancy joined Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club, I was her mentor and I've seen her progress. So when we first did our mentoring session, I asked Nancy, so Nancy, what do you want to achieve in the short term, in the next few months? And what do you want to achieve in the long term, like in 1 year or more? And then I asked her to fill up some forms, and then she filled up the forms and with the answer. And mainly she said, Miss, I want to build my confidence. I also want to speak so that it's clear for people who listen to me, because I feel like sometimes when I speak, people don't understand what I'm saying. And I'm like, okay, we can definitely do that, short term or long term. So after that, every month we meet around once a month or sometimes twice a month, with an exception of end of semester. I think Nancy was busy with her exams and also during the Toastmaster contest where I was competing. So in the past 1 year, I think we had about 8 sessions, approx, in Nancy, 8 or 9 sessions. Each session consists of like 1.5 hour to 2 hour session, because half of the time I mentored Nancy, it was also with Keisha, another member of ours. So we did like a double mentoring together. And what we did during the mentoring session is that we practice table topic and then they evaluate each other. And when they wanted to give a speech, I also helped them to focus on like looking at the speech, what it's all about, and how to improve that. Basically, I'm helping them to achieve what they want to achieve through consistent progress of incremental steps in public speaking and leadership. It's very interesting. In the beginning of the mentoring, Nancy mainly mentioned about communication and public speaking. But 1 year down the road, as it progresses, she also has taken a leadership role as Bhinneka's online VPPR. And she's doing an excellent job at it. Our poster that we have circulated was also done by Nancy. And what I've seen in her progress in the past 1 year, I've seen that, number one, she has achieved her goal when she first done the mentoring. She has grown in confidence. I think Alicia, who's coming here pretty regularly, can also tell the difference of her confidence. She has been able to speak eloquently and direct, clearly. So when she speaks now, people listen and understand. And she has also competed in speech contests in division, she went for a table topic. And that was a testament of how hard Nancy worked all the time during the mentoring session. I believe that consistency matters most in mentoring because the mentor can only give so much, but the mentee still needs to do the work. And by doing work means that she needs to practice by herself. And if she doesn't know anything, she has the initiative to come back and ask the mentor what she needs to do or what she needs to improve on. And Nancy has done it excellently well. I can tell a lot, but I want to do something different and give the chance to Nancy to share a little bit of her experience in this mentoring. So Nancy, I'll give you a chance to share. How do you feel before and after the mentoring? And what do you feel impact you the most?
Thank you, Toastmaster DTM Natalie, for investing your time to me. It's such a pleasure to me. When I first joined Toastmaster, it was interesting that I would have a mentorship program. And I thought that mentorship would be like only give me direction just by chat. But it turns out that we also have a meeting. Well, during this mentorship program, there are some new things that I learned. The first one is I learned from the master that I can learn directly from Miss Natalie in my communication and also my public speaking. So it was kind of hard for me to talk with people, but when I have that mentorship, Toastmaster Natalie give me the tips of how to deal with those things. And now I am able with that. And with this mentorship program, I also, because of my communication and leadership, I also have been trusted by some people to be the leader in the communities. And I believe that it's not only because of me, but it is also because of the investment that Miss Natalie has done it to me. So it helps me a lot in my professional and also my leadership life.
Thank
Back
you,
to
Nancy.
you, Miss.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you so much, Nancy, for sharing that. I can tell a lot, but I think when you hear it directly from her, it really make a difference because for me, the best investment is really investing in the personal growth of others. And as the mentor, we also will get things in return, but in a different way. It's the satisfaction, the growing of confidence, and fulfillment because we're able to give back. So ladies and gentlemen, next time when you think about investing your time, energy, and effort into something, choose mentoring because it pays off in short term, in long term, both for the mentee and also for the mentors. Back to you.
All right. Great. Fantastic speech. Again, mentors is one of the main things that Toastmaster brings to the table. And the cool thing is when when Natalie was talking about Nancy's biggest goal is to kind of boost her confidence. There's a motivational business speaker by the name of Vin Jiang, right? I don't know if you guys know what he looks like, but if you don't, I will not share a picture of him. Just wait, hold up. There we go. Let's see. There he is. So if you guys don't know who he is, he looks like this, right? This is his face. And for reference, he has a very interesting, deep voice. And there's a video where someone asked him, do you always talk like this? Now, one video that I'm more interested in is one about someone asked him the same exact thing, talking about how do I stop being so shy? And he talks about shy and confidence. The only thing really that is different between each one is your action. If you're a shy person, you're doing shy action. And it's easier said than done, of course. But he says the way to build your confidence, the way to be more outgoing is do outgoing things. So as I teach public speaking to students that are also shy, I'm like, you got to go a little crazy. Like, I don't want to. Well, then you're always going to be shy. Go to the extreme, right? Stand out. Be judged, because that's what's going to happen. If you're going to be different, dare to be different and boost your confidence, you got to be willing to put yourself on a pedestal and be vulnerable And that's kind of what this guy, V. Jiang, kind of talks about. And that's kind of what this mentoring thing is all about, is stepping outside of your comfort zone and doing things you never thought you could do. So, yeah, good job. Great speech. Our next speaker, I believe did she not have a evaluator?
Yep, it's gonna be round robin for Alicia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I thought she was calling someone out earlier. All right, so our next speaker, I'll just introduce her myself. There'll be a round robin evaluation, which means you guys can put some input in. And Alicia also mentioned earlier in the speech, in the meeting, before the meeting started, is to rip her a new one, which means okay, here's my advice before we do this. Don't say typical Toastmasters sandwich, great job, improve, great job. Alicia is a veteran of this game, so let's go with the negative first. That's my challenge to you guys. Rip her a new one. Make sure she actually learns something. And again, what I mean by this is take one thing that you think that she can improve and just build on that, right? Doesn't be the whole speech. Just find one thing that you notice that could be improved. That's my advice to you all. But anyways, her project is the deadliest ingredient. Level 3 presentation mastery. Connect with storytelling. Let me introduce to you, Alicia Curtis.
Picture this, fellow Toastmasters. A warm winter's day in the small town of Leongatha in Victoria, Australia. A family lunch is set. The table is carefully laid. A roast beef Wellington, side dishes of vegetables, and mushrooms inside. Homemade, golden, and quite inviting. It should have been the perfect day, shouldn't it? Perfect family, great reunion. Instead, it became one of the most shocking true crime stories in Australian history. 3 people walked into that home that day. They never left alive. The lunch host, Erin Patterson. Her guests, her former in-laws, Don and Gail, Gail's sister Heather, and her husband Ian. All 4 sat at the table, eating what appeared to be an ordinary home-cooked meal, and within days, Don, Gail, and Heather were all dead. Ian, clinging to life, would spend weeks in hospital, have a full liver transplant, and his whole liver was ravaged by poison, and he managed to survive. The cause? Death calf mushrooms, one of the deadliest substances found in nature. Just half a mushroom can kill an adult. But here's where that story twists. You see, Erin's estranged husband, Simon, the son of Don and Gail, was invited to that day, that special lunch. Last minute, he refused to attend. And in a cruel twist of fate, he survived, while his parents did not. For months, my country was gripped. Was this a tragic accident? A case of mistaken ingredients? Or something darker simmering beneath the surface? Now, let's think about the emotions around this story. Imagine being the estranged husband, Simon. Your parents are gone, your aunt is gone, your uncle barely survives and now lives a life of pain, and discovery at the moment with him is just absolutely, his resilience shudders every day. And the person who cooked that meal, the woman you once loved, the mother of your 2 young children. Can you feel the weight of suspicion, the impossible grief, yet knowing that in the past she had also intentionally poisoned you? Police launched one of the most intense investigations in recent history in this particular case. Erin insisted she never harmed and did nothing. She said she bought the mushrooms from an Asian grocer. Then she changed her story, saying that she bought it at our local grocery store, Woolworths. She herself claimed that she was unwell after eating this meal. Yet investigators circled in. Was it negligence? Was it murder or was it both? Toastmasters, let me put it here simply. This isn't just a story of a deadly mushroom. It's the story of a fractured family, broken trust, and the chilling possibility that beneath the surface of everyday darkness, it can lurk. Think of the symbolism. A Sunday lunch, meant to bring families together, became the stage of tragedy in this country. A simple mushroom became a weapon and now has become a national meme. And the question that haunts us now of what happened, and the question of all, why? Why did this happen? Why did 3 lives end around a table? Why was Simon smart enough to survive? Or by chance, he had that choice? Why did he have that intuition? And why would anyone serve a dish that carried even the slightest chance of danger? This case forces us to confront something uncomfortable. Sometimes the deadliest ingredient isn't just in the food we eat. It's in the secrets that we keep from each other, the resentments we bury, the lies we tell ourselves and others. The deadliest ingredient can be betrayal. It can be vengeance. It can be silence. Today, Erin stands accused of 3 murders, a 4th intentional murder, and a potential murder of her ex or estranged husband. Courts decided that she was guilty, and last Monday, she was ruled guilty and given life imprisonment with the no chance of parole for a period of 33 years. Now, that doesn't sound harsh, but let me put this into reality for all of you. When she was given that life sentence, that is 33 years under complete silence. She's not to be removed from her prison cell for 22 hours a day. She will live in solitary confinement for 33 years. Can you imagine? Whereas other prisoners who are life in prison actually do get to circulate around. But for the families that were left behind, the verdict may never bring peace. In fact, everyone asked for life imprisonment without the possibility of parole, because that is the maximum sentence that you can get in Australia. And when trust is broken, when a shared meal ends in death, there are no winners at all. Only questions that can echo like an empty chair at that dinner table. So next time you sit down with your loved ones, remember, food has the power to nourish, to heal, to connect. But in the wrong hands, it can also destroy. The deadliest ingredient isn't always poison on a plate. Sometimes it is what is hidden here in our hearts. Back to you.
Whoa, metaphor, a little twist at the end. And again, like, the world is a kind of a cruel and unusual place with a lot of twists and turns, and just in a blink of an eye, things can change really, really quickly and unexpectedly for a lot of people and a lot of families and everything else. But yeah, food is something that most of us think food is something that brings everyone together. But again, it is something that we consume, and if we consume the wrong thing or the wrong people, it can damage us. So great speech, a lot of to take in. Hope you guys have your how to improve that, Alicia, right, in the future. All right, and that is it for our speeches. What about our times, Madam Timer?
Okay. For the first prepared speech, DTM Natalie, she spoke for 7 minutes 50 seconds, and then for DTM Alicia, 6 minutes 44. So only DTM Alicia eligible to be the only one really know. Thank you.
Well, so if only one made it, that means one is a winner automatically. That's how that works. All right, fantastic. Great job. And do we have time for a photo? Is that Fifi's been taking snapshots throughout the thing? You want to take another one, Fifi? So we could pose?
Yes, we can take a photo. Do you want to take it, Fifi, or should I take it?
Nat, I guess you better take it, Nat, because sometimes my internet is drop here.
Okay, I can take it. All right, everyone. First pose is just normal. Normal mood, normal face. Okay, are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. All right. Second pose, because our meeting theme is master your mood. What's your mood now? Show it. So if you're excited, show your excitement. If you feel bored, show your bored. If you feel sad, show that you're sad. So master your mood, whatever it is. You guys ready? Let me check. You guys ready? And 3, 2, 1. Okay, and the last one is, a word of the day is composure. So show us your composure, whatever it is. Show us your composure. You guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Composure, composure, composure. Done. Back to you, Ben.
All right, fantastic. And again, composure is something you guys have to have when you're in a very like tense moment, right? So I'm an athlete, or I used to be one. Composure is something that you have to kind of go through a mental block and block out the noise, the stress, the possible anxiety, the pressure of the moment. And if you can keep your composure and just focus on the task at hand and just react to your natural ability, good things typically happen, right? So maintaining composure. All right. And it is now that time for our, oh, it's the man with the nice haircut and the most famous YouTuber in all of Indonesia. He's so famous that when he's live streaming and I say, yo, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? He has no time to say hi back because he is so famous. Oh, yeah, that's Toastmaster Apri for Table Topics.
All right, thank you, Ben. Hello, everybody. You notice my new haircut, right? So this is my new mood, basically. So tonight I will serve as a double topic. So I think some all of you is already know what is double topic. So I will give you a topic, and you need to give an answer for 1 until 2 minutes. And I believe we will have. I will give all of you the chance to participate, and so I will start with, let's see, how about Dia? I will choose Dia as my first participant. Okay, you see my wheel, right? Okay, Dia, I will spin the wheel for you. Don't forget to use the word of the day is composure. I have a question and also a quote for the topic. Oh, this is the quote. Composure is the art of staying cool when the world turns up the heat.
I do believe with the statement that composure is the art of staying cool when the world is. What is the last statement? Turn up the heat or something. Well, as we know that the world nowadays can be so annoying, the people around us, or maybe it's simple when we entering a store, then there is annoying people who has our stuff and just make our belongings throwing away to the bottom, or just people we need the most. We want to ask for help, but they ignore it. Something simple that can attract or heating up our emotion can be so annoying. I mean, it is something simple, but can make us emotional, that those emotion or this emotional thing, or maybe we angry or stuff like that, is not worth it. So what we need the most is how to keep collected, calm, and that's how composure is we need it the most. Because sometimes our second reply or feedback or what is it, the reaction is not the true emotion or the true action that reply or represent us the most. So we need to cool down and process the reaction and emotion, and composure here is needed the most. Over to you, table topic master.
All right, thank you, that's Nadia. Yeah, I think controlling emotion is also one of the skill that we can practice, right? Especially when we have some kind of high tension situation, we need to sit back and try to understand what the situation is, so we can control our emotion more better compared when we just throwing our emotion right away. Okay, thank you, Dr. Nadia, for your sharing. And next, let's see. We have Toastmaster Vivi. Toastmaster Vivi, are you ready to be the next?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I will spin the wheel for you. Oh, this is another quote. Mastering the mood begins with mastering yourself.
Just coincidence, one of my friend remind me to learn about intrapersonal skill before we learn interpersonal skill. My friend said that the reason is you have to know yourself first. By doing this, you can manage your emotion. You can use your EQ skill besides your IQ skill. So mastering yourself is the first thing that we need to master in order to show or make us to show our composure in this difficult situation. It's not easy actually, because sometimes we don't know about ourselves, what is the weakness of ourselves. For this, like Natalie mentoring Nancy, we also need a mentor in our life to master about ourselves, to know what is the weakness and to improve ourselves. How do you know your weakness if you want to improve? Sometimes we cannot see in ourselves. That's why we need a mentor in our life, whether it is personally or professionally, to help us, to guide us how to master yourself. So it's a good thing that to master all the things you have to master you have to master yourself first. Thank you.
All right,
Back
thank you,
to
Toastmaster
table topic
Vivi, for
master.
your feedback. Yeah, I think mastering ourselves is also one of the things that we need to consider, because sometimes we need to see ourselves from different perspective from other people. So sometimes other people also have some kind of different perspective, so that we can use that to make to get to know ourselves better, especially if we have a mentor. It's really, really helpful. Thank you, Vivi. And next, let's see. How about Malita? Are you done your evaluation rating? Still?
I'll go next. Can you choose another one?
Okay, see. How about Nancy? Nancy, are you ready?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's see. Spin the wheel. Don't forget to use word on the day. Oh, this is a question. You believe mood is contagious. Why or why not?
There is a quote saying that you are the average. I forgot, but it's about you are the average of the people you're hanging out with. So there, that quotes if I'm not mistaken, that quotes reminded me that our surroundings matters because those will sharpen us. And it is also back into ourselves. We will sharpen people around us. What about mood? If we're having a good mood, we can spread the joy into others, right? And people can also feel the joy and have the joy. But if we do not have joy, let's say we are having like bad mood, what will happen to people in our surroundings? They want to smile, but they cannot. They're like, okay, they will feel the same as you. And that's why I would say that yes, our mood is contagious because our mood is about ourselves. It's about our characteristic. If we are, our mood is also impacted with our surroundings. So if we're having like the bad mood, then our surroundings will also be impacted with that. But if we can control our mood and um, and have composure, then we can manage that difficult situation. Even though it was in difficult situation, we still can manage because we can control our mood. And yes, our mood is contagious. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, that's Master Nancy. Yeah, I also agree that mood is very contagious. Especially if you are watching movie that is really sad. Sometimes you also feel sad, right? You also feel crying. And on the other hand, if I watching a funny movie, also make my mood more fun and joyful. Yeah, I also believe that mood is very contagious. So okay, thank you to Sir Vivi for your response. Next is Taskmaster Melita. Are you ready? Okay, Taskmaster Melita, I will spin the wheel for you. This is a question. How do you deal with people who are always in bad mood? Okay, give me tips how to do that.
You're still on mute, Melita.
Yep. It's super easy, Apri. Just don't like stay away from them. Do not like block them if necessary. Because bad mood people will, I believe, like, you know, that the mood is gonna be contagious. If you're surrounded by the bad mood like almost every day, then it contagious. You will be either you realize or not, then you're gonna be one of them. The best advice that I can give to you is stay away from them. It doesn't, for me, I don't care if they don't like me. I built my own castles, like the, you know, I live in Bali nearby Ubud. Then you call like the Zen castles. So we need to protect our Zen world. So if you have a friend that always having a bad mood, either they hungry or they angry. So that's it. Says so there's a lot of things that we could not. I would say there's a lot of things that we could not control. things that we can control is just us ourselves. So it's easy, just let them find their own group, let them find their own tribe, and let us find our own tribe. I couldn't see the timer. Who is the timer? Oh, Anna. It's green already. Now it's yellow. So see, if you, I just wanna give you one tips that if you see people with bad mood, just stay away from them. Make yourself busy. Stay away from the trouble. Back to you, Apri.
All right, thank you, Dr. Melita, for your tip. Yeah, I think pet food is also good, but when people is always bad mood is something that's a problem that we need to consider to avoid those people, right? So we also don't want to get contagious as well, so it can our day become a bad day. Okay, thank you, Dr. Melita, for your answer. Okay, next is where else? Uh, Ben, you want to try Ben? Next, Ben.
Okay.
Okay, your pin. Oh, this is a quote.
When you control.
When you control your mood, you control the outcome.
In a sense, right? When you control your mood, you control your outcome. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So, as most of you know, I was in the military, right? Yes, said it many times before, but it has like kind of shaped my adult life. And one thing that we typically try to do in the military is control our mood because we're put in a very dangerous situation where we have to be able to react even under the worst duress and stressful situations. We can't just like fall apart, right? When tragedy happens, we have to be able to stay calm and react, but we can't control the outcome, right? People in the military, they go to war, we're trained for it, we control our mood, but never control really the outcome. People still die, people still make mistakes. As much as we want to, can't. Now, taking that into real life, a lot of times tragedy happens with the blink of an eye. And my mood is more or less allowing me to kind of think straight, think logically under a lot of distressful situations where maybe someone else around you is stressed out. Once, when I was a teacher here in Bali, we had the earthquakes back to back to back to back for like a couple of weeks. Some of the teachers there were freaked out. Not people I want to be around, but myself having that mentality where there's something dangerous happening, knowing that there's kids involved, and that's one of my jobs, making sure they're safe. I couldn't control the outcome of an earthquake, but I can make sure that the kids are put in the right spot because I wasn't the one crying and hysterically and ruining the whole entire earthquake drill. That was actually not a drill, it was real. But the idea is that being able to control your outcome and maintaining composure allows you to help the outcome, but doesn't allow the outcome to fully be what you want sometimes. It might not. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
All right, thank you, Ben, for your very interesting perspective. Yeah, especially in military, and we we don't want to fight when we have a bad mood, right? When we get attacked, then we feel really lazy. We don't have to just lying in bed without doing anything. So we need to force ourselves to to control the situation. Okay, thank you. And next is we have timer. That's Master Anna. You're next. I will time you for the time. Okay, that's Master Anna. You ready for your turn? Here we go. A question for you. How do you master the mood in stressful work or school situation?
Okay, thank you. For some time, we always change our mood. I mean, not every day we always in bad mood or every day we are in happy situations. However, when I have a lot of work and I just feel like so stressed. So the thing that I really like to do is I just keep silent or just went to go to somewhere which is no people around me. So it just like make me calm. And I think for me, when I have someone around me and I just make like it is so relaxed and I feel like I got my energy back. So this is something that really matter in my stressful day. And you know that even though I went to school with the school or in my office a lot of people, and back to home I still have my family. So my daughter or my husband, they know that if I need time for my me time, so they just go for like my daughter just playing the game and my husband just go with his mobile phone. So I have my own time. So it is the better way for me to bring me back my energy. Back to you, Apri.
All right, thank you, Dr. Anna. Yeah, me time is so essential, right? We need to keep ourselves feel peaceful, I believe, if we have that. So it can also clear my mind or mind from any distraction in our daily life. Okay, thank you, the sponsor Anna, for your time is 1 minute 27. Okay, next is we have Alicia. Alicia, you want to try?
Sure, why not?
All right, nice.
Let's spin the wheel.
In the wheel. Oh, this is the hood. Mood swings build wall. Composure build bridges.
Yes, it does. Now, any female will be able to tell you that we have a lot of mood swings, don't we, girls? Yes, and even the boys are nodding their heads going, yes, women always seem to be having mood swings. But I do agree with that. I think, when we have those mood swings, we really need to keep them personal. And something happened over the weekend, and I didn't have a mood swing, but it was a lesson of someone I'm mentoring in Toastmasters, and they called me up and everything was being laid on the table, and it was just, it was verbal diarrhea, but it was a good verbal diarrhea because I'm getting, the green and the guts and the blood and all that out vocally and verbally. And I had to sit there composed and listen to it and help this individual come through the process of, well, you have 12 things that you think that you can do in a week. You can't do 12 things in a week. Let's actually try and condense that down to 3 to 5 tasks for the whole week so you can get some time back. And this individual actually made the comment, how come you can always sit there so patient, so elegantly, and nothing bothers you? And I said, simple. I do it behind closed doors. I have a mentor or 2 mentors that listen to my crap, the blood, the guts, the green, and all that behind the closed doors. So what you see front of house is not what you see in reality behind the closed doors. So I think that's why you have to have that composure, because it allows you to become the better human being. It allows you to be a bit more dignified, and it allows you to have that beauty within, but you can also have that moment behind the closed doors. So Natalie did a great speech tonight on mentoring and why we should do it. And I always say it's also to help you with growth and to allow you to be you behind the closed doors. So mood swings behind the closed doors, composure front of house. Back to you.
All right, thank you, that's Master Alicia, for your sharing. Yeah, I think, and we when we see people have a really calm and also have a good composure, probably the back door they have really have some kind of practice with that, I believe, because sometimes and we have a mood swing is really hard to what is it called to make it more calm. And I believe that I think it's need to be more practice to control our mood, I believe. And yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Alicia, for your sharing. How about Natalie? You want to try or
What number are we now, Apri?
one number seven? Seven.
Anyone else haven't gone?
Everybody is already.
Except you?
Yeah, I will the last though.
Okay then.
Okay, you ya, your turn ya.
All right.
Here you go. Okay, this is a question. How do you reset your mood after a tough day?
How do I reset my mood after a tough day? For me, this happens quite a bit, especially in the busy days at work or when you're just dealing with something beyond your control. For example, I remember one day I went to work and it was such a special day that everything worked against me from the morning to the noontime to afternoon. I got complaint after complaint after complaint, and it drove me mad. I could laugh now, but during that time, man, you don't want to imagine my face. It was totally. And I started to think, wow, there's one, two, and there's always three. Yes, in the afternoon, the third one came in. And it's basically one customer complained about one item that has misaligned stitching. Another one complained about the logistic, which is actually beyond my control. And the last one was someone else in regards with my public speaking gigs, but it was more like trying to find schedule. So it's just one after another. And how do I reset my mood after that? To be very honest, I just need to go out and take some breather, whether it's going out to the nature or just going out of the office building. Just look at the sky, because one of the wise men once said, look up and you will find the answer. And that wise man name is Snoopy. So I love Snoopy and I love his advices. So whenever I need to reset my mood, I just go out of the building to the nature, change the sceneries, and I just look up and I realize, hey, the sky is big. My problem is not so big. It will pass. So that's how I reset my mood. Look up. Back to you, Apri.
All right, thank you for your tips, Natalie. Yeah, I think I also do that before, especially when I have a really a bad mood. I just go out without any planning at all. So I just go out and walking from my home to random direction, and it can help me to refresh my mind, so it can be more clearer. Okay, thank you. And this is my turn, right? The last person. Okay, let's see. What do I get? Okay, this is another question for me. How do you stay composed when speaking? Public speaking. Okay, how do I stay composed when speaking in public? I think it's come from many different experience, because when I do a first time to do public speaking, I think it's very challenging, because I'm a type of person who is introvert. As you already know that becoming an introvert person is very hard to talk to people, especially in front of people. I could not imagine I can do that. And when I first time doing that, back then, I think that is very smooth. If I, in my opinion, I deliver it without taking any notes, and the audience seem impressed about my speaking. However, after I doing that, I start see what did I do back then. It was very bad, and I got a lot of mistake. And from that moment, I start to applying feedback from my evaluator, and I do it over and over again until it become a second nature. And I believe that in order to maintain my converse, I need to practice it over and over again. And I think repetition is one of the key component if we want to be better at something, not only public speaking, but also learn about something. Yeah. And the answer is why I do feel composed is we need to be disciplined enough to practice and to it over and over again until it become a second nature. And I guarantee you, if you're doing that, it can be you will be more composed doing public speaking. Yeah, I think that's for me. Back to me. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I think that is for my session for the double topic session. We congratulations all of us. You have a chance to practice the impromptu speech in today meeting, and I will all our timer. Toastmaster Anna, is everyone eligible to be voted?
Yes, everyone is eligible to be voted. The first one, Toastmaster Dia, spoke for 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Toastmaster Vivi, 1 minute 46. Toastmaster Nancy, 1 minute 50. Toastmaster Melita, 1 minute 53. Toastmaster Ben, 1 minute 58. Me, 1 minute 27. And then Alicia, 2 minute 19. Natalie, 2 minute 15. And Apri, 1 minute 54. So all are eligible to be voted. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Anna, for your report. Yeah, I think that's all for my session, and I will give control back to our Toastmaster Ben.
All right. Well done. Solid questions. Good visual to allow us, right? Very concise. And again, when you're doing table topics, it's kind of fun to keep people entertained and guessing what question could they get. So well done. And for everyone else, well done as well. Okay. So now we are in the learning session, the evaluation session of our meeting. And let me give the control of the meeting to our GE, Toastmaster Phoebe.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting. Now let's begin by hearing from our speech evaluators who will provide constructive feedback to our speakers. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Melita, who evaluates the speech delivered by Natalie.
Thank you, GE. Natalie, as always, I admire your speech, any kind of topics, any kind of project you nail to present your speech nicely, tightly, and that's one of my favorite things. It's the crystal clear background. From your speech, I noticed two things that I like the most. First things first, that I already mentioned, that you begin your speech with a strong background and crystal clear mentoring relate. You also mentioning about your mentoring relationship with the mentee, Nancy, including identified what Nancy wants to improve on, and also the number of sessions you provide, all the data, all the facts, number of sessions, frequency, also the activities and the actions. And the second things that I also really like when you invite Nancy to talk by herself, to share about her experience mentoring by you. That's awesome. So I even did not think that it's possible doing that, inviting the mentee during your speech, because it's gonna reduce your time, but you maintained very well. By doing that, I think it strengthened the actions and added the evidence based. based on the story that shared by Nancy herself. Kudos for that, Nat. For others, don't try this at home as only if you can calculate the time limit. Otherwise, you're gonna be overtime. Now, as usual, there are room for improvement. And I noticed the things that you may want to apply on your next speeds. First, the purpose of the speeds project is to share some aspect of experience as a mentor. I read this as a two-way communication. So you share your experience as you as a mentor, and you share your experience mentoring the mentee. I did not catch your personal experience, you as a mentor. Instead, I heard a lot of like the experience Nancy as a mentee. It will be wonderful if you share 1 to specific points about your own experience as a mentor. So examples, how seeing your mentee, Nancy, reach the goals affected you as a mentor. If you can add that 1 or 2 lines or specific points, that would be great. The second is a powerful opening followed by an equally strong closing would be excellence. I heard during your speech you mentioned about consistency, like you mentioned about you mentored your mentee with a consistent progress. It would be wonderful if you add on like a very small statement, examples like consistent, small practice with honest feedback builds confidence and great leaders as Nancy. And that's it. I think 2 things that I like and then 2 things that you can improve on. Great. Back to you, Madam GE Fifi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melita, for your constructive and meaningful feedback. Now, like we agreed in the beginning of the meeting, we will do a quick round robin to provide Natalie with constructive feedback. So everyone here, we will give you the opportunity to give feedback to Natalie. Who wants to be first? Okay, Ben.
Oh, I was going to do it to Alicia, not Natalie.
Ah, okay.
Sorry. It's up to gun.
Why not?
I
Okay.
thought it was just a round robin for Alicia, so I didn't take any notes on Natalie. But since I did raise my hand and Natalie told us in the beginning that she kind of like quickly did the speech, Natalie's better than that. Next time, make a solid quality mentor speech that you prepare and practice and deliver perfectionally like you typically do. That's my only suggestion there, as I didn't take any notes either.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thanks, man, for your suggestion. Okay, let's continue. Who
Sure.
wants to provide feedback to Natalie? Maybe Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Apri? Are you afraid to give feedback to Natalie? Okay, how about the others? Okay, nobody. So I will try to give feedback to Natalie. Nat, I like you define mentoring clearly. You explain what mentoring means in the Toastmaster context, and you provide the real example by giving the opportunity to Nancy to testify about the mentoring. For improvement, maybe you can also explain that mentoring is different with coaching and teaching, so people will understand the difference. That's the feedback that I want to share with you, Nat.
Thank you. Good input,
Thank
Fifi.
you.
Thank you, Lita. Thank you, Fifi.
Yeah. And now let's continue with the second speaker, Alicia. Now Ben has already pointed his
All right.
hand again, so let's give the opportunity to Ben.
All right. So as I mentioned before, the idea for us to give Alicia like really constructive criticism is find one thing. And for me, what I teach like in public speaking and debate is not to be cliche. So the very first sentence Alicia used for me is like cliche. picture this, imagine this, imagine a world, picture a world. For me, as like when I'm teaching like debate and stuff, and it's like typically kids, they're doing it, it's just over and over again. I don't want to picture it. We're talking about debate things that are happening now. So for me, like, and again, this is the pet peeve. I know you could come up with a better, less cliche way of kind of making us imagine something. So like this, I think, wasn't a persuasive speech, right? So persuasive, you're trying to like make your audience do something. This was more of a speech where we get us to think about some deeper meaning. So I think by twisting maybe your first sentence where it gets us to think about something, not just mentally picture something. Because for me, I kind of turn off a little bit once that sentence is uttered. And I'm like, even as a judge or adjudicator, I'm like, okay, it's cliche. So it's hard for me to kind of stay focused the rest of the way because the very first sentence, I lose interest because I've heard it a million times. And I know you are better than that. All right.
You're still on mute, Fee.
Thank you, Ben, for your fruitful feedback as usual. Now, who wants to give feedback to Alicia? The others? Natalie?
Yes, I can go if no one wants to go. So Alicia, I really love the storytelling element of it because with storytelling, there's like this dynamic where you tell the circumstances, there comes the character, and then comes the conflict, conclusion, and also morale of the story at the end. And you have demonstrated excellently how a compelling storytelling looks like. So I really appreciate that. And it was a recent case, so it was very new. It was fresh. I mean, not like fresh. I know it sounds bad because this is like a death case, but it was like new. It's not like it has been retold a million times. One thing I would like to suggest to you is the use of pause to make the storytelling more alive and dramatic. For instance, I noticed at the end when you wanted to say the conclusion, aka the moral of the story, you can speak a little bit slower and add pauses to give an element of drama and surprise. I think you mentioned something like, my apology, I didn't write down the exact word by word, but I think you mentioned something like the deadly ingredients is not just in the food that we eat, but the things that was unseen or something like that. So if you can add the pause between the transition, deadly ingredients is not just in the food that we eat, but it's the resentment that was not seen. Just a tiny bit strategic pauses will elevate the storytelling into the next level because you also still have time. I noticed it was 6:45. So even if you add like 5 seconds to 8 seconds pauses to in different part, it will still work out. Other than that, I enjoy that. Thanks.
That's wonderful feedback, Natalie. Thank you very much. And how about the others? Maybe our timer, Toastmaster Anna. Okay. Toastmaster Melita. Okay. The others? Our counter, Toastmaster Dia. Okay. So, Alicia, your story that you share is not just to shock us, but to also to connect, reflect, and leave with a lasting impression. You also describe the setting and characters with sensory details. For more to build suspense, maybe you can use pauses a bit longer and more using facial expression and gestures to amplify the emotion. Okay, that's my feedback to you. Thank you very much, all. And now let's continue. Let's hear from our meeting role takers who have been observing specific aspect of our communication. Let's start with our counter first. Toastmaster Dia, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, ma'am. Thank you so much, Madam G, Toastmaster Fifi. Here I am. I'm back, your accounder, and I'm back with my account report. Now, I would like to, first of all, congratulations to Toastmaster Alicia and also Toastmaster Melita for becoming the smooth talkers tonight with a clean sheet, filler words and filler sound. Also, the king of is Toastmaster Apri, but I believe this is because he becomes the table topic master, so he almost talked the entire time during the table topic session. And our most filler sound is and then the most filler words is so. Here is the clear report on our time today, on our filler words and filler sounds one by one. So I would like to recommend once again, although we are all Toastmasters members, but I would like to remind us all to minimize the filler words and filler sound, especially the filler sounds. Slow down your pace when you speak. Don't hurry to feel what you want to speak, and then embrace the pause if needed. And then the other one, to decrease the filler words, is by elevate your speaking with word substitution. For example, if you want to say but, you can use however or yet, and then to eliminate so the entire time. Sometimes it's not just to link the sentence you want to convey. You can use therefore. And also, again, this is also in the repeated words that I found tonight is and. Sometimes it's not just to mix the words in the sentence in a one line. Sometimes we use it in the beginning just because we want to need time to think. We can use also in addition or next to substitute it. And then sometimes we forget with our breathing. So mind your breath. If we keep our breath in a steady pace, it will also help us to decrease the filler words and filler sounds. And also, the last but not the least is practice, practice, practice. So come regularly to Toastmasters meetings, join and take roles, especially join the table topic session. Therefore, we can practice to minimize the using of filler words and filler sound. So yeah, we learn best in moment of enjoyment. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster.
Thank you, our counter, for giving us the report. And now let's continue with our grammarian, who will share insights on our language usage and the word of the day. Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you, Madam GE Toastmaster Fifi. Hello everyone, welcome back with me, your grammarian of tonight. Well, I have listened to your speeches and of course throughout the meeting as well. And now I would like to share with you my observation throughout the meeting. First, I will start with improvement. Well, there are a few corrections that I found during our meetings. Most of it are about plurals and singular. So, and also pronunciation. So let's start from the pronunciation. I heard someone said so. It's supposed to be show. It's show, not it so. That is from the pronunciation. And moving on, I heard someone said it indicate. It's supposed to be it indicates. We put as because it is singular. And moreover, I heard someone said who act as. It's better say who is acting as or who acts as. And I heard someone say sometime. It's supposed to be sometimes because you mentioned about something that you do it. So it's supposed to be sometimes. And I also heard someone said something that matter. It's supposed to be something that matters. So that is for the improvement. And now we're moving on to the word of the day, composure. I observed and I'm glad that some of us here use the word of the day. Let's say, okay, I heard DTM Natalie, Toastmaster Dia, myself, DTM Alicia, and Apari are all making the good use of it. Well done. Thank you for using the word of the day. And last but not least, I'm going to share some examples of good usage of English today. There are some quotes that I highlight. The first one, mastering yourself first. The second, there are a lot of things we cannot control. The only thing we can control is ourselves. The third, look up and you will find the answer. And the last thing is do it over and over again until it becomes second nature. Finally, one thing that we can improve as a group in today's meeting is to pay closer attention to subject, verb, arrange, agreement, especially when using it, and also plural nouns. Overall, I truly enjoy the meetings and the language used today. And that also concludes my report. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nancy, who provide constructive report about the grammarian. And oh, so now the pool is ready to launch after grammarian report. Can we launch now? Okay. So
Already.
please select everyone your favorite table topic speaker.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, all has participated.
Net, while everybody is, input their favorite speaker, I forgot what is the BC stands for because in my mind it's business controller.
It's ballot counter.
Oh yeah, your ballot counter.
It's okay, we all need
Okay.
holiday. Yep, you can continue, Fee. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, thank you for the role takers. Now I will share my observation on the meeting in general. So about the time, one of the things that in Bhinneka Toastmaster Cup of we always run the meeting in respect for the time. I'm pleased to note that today we started the time on time and we also finished on time also. This reflects excellent planning, discipline, and respect to everyone's schedule. Kudos to all of us here and all the role players for keeping the agenda tight and transition smooth. How about the energy and engagement? I believe everyone here agree that the meeting in Bhinneka was warm, inclusive, and full of positive energy. From the moment we began, there was a sense of a connection in this meeting. Members and guests alike were engaged, responsive, and supportive. So we can say that this meeting is encouraging as well as fun for everyone. I can also see the transition, the smooth and clear transition between segments. Each role player handed off seamlessly to the next, maintaining momentum and keeping the audience engaged. There were no like awkward pauses or confusion, just a steady flow. And the preparedness from the speakers, from Natalie and also Alicia, show their professionalism. The speeches were well structured, the evaluation insightful, and the transition handled with ease. It was clear that each person took their role seriously and that preparation paid off in the meeting that felt polished and purposeful. And also from the guest experience, from the initial greetings from the club president to everyone here, but it sounds the personal touch. It was clear that we value every visitor who walks through our door. The atmosphere was inclusive and our guests were made to feel like part of our own member from the very beginning. That kind of hospitality not only reflects our club value, it also encourages guests to return and become future members. Well done, everyone, for a positive and inviting experience. That's all my report, and I return back to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Ben.
Fantastic job, Madam GE. Well, thorough, good job, team, timer, grammarian, evaluators, table topic, counter. Great job. But now, moment we've all been waiting for. To the ballot counter. We're doing the best speech first.
Best speech, best evaluator, and the last is table topic. The only
Yeah, best speech. We have no idea who it could be. Let's find out. It's Alicia Curtis.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Bam.
I think the GE's also in the photo. There you go.
Oh, no, she is not. Prince. I got it. Boop. Bam. All right. Well done.
Already done?
I think so. Let me put it here in the chat.
Oh.
Like that, right? That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Best evaluator is Malaysia. Boop. All right. Well done. Okay. Now, little drum roll, please. Or wait, unpin. All right. Now, to the best table topic winner goes to Alicia Carter. Wait. Yeah, that's it. Excellent. Double win.
Again. Wow. Thank you.
All right. Well done. Well deserved. Boop. Double win. All right. Fantastic meeting, everybody. I really appreciate all the help again from Anna, our timer. This is so embarrassing. Oh my gosh. Sucks being a winner, man. You know, manage your mood. Manage your mood, right? It's okay to win. It feels good. Ask Charlie Sheen. He won a lot, right? Anyways, Apri, Dia, thank you so much. Melita, thank you for coming all the way from Magical Bali Toastmasters all the way here to help us out. And Nancy, wait, do we have a thing for the first time grammarian? Do we have that?
We
Not
can,
yet.
but not yet.
Not yet. All right. Nancy, How was your first time as being grammarian in your whole entire life? How do you feel?
Well, I feel good because it was my fear. Being grammarian was one of my fears because everyone here speak good English. I always felt like my English is a little bit left behind. So when it comes to evaluate people or giving feedback to others, especially in grammarian, it was hard for me. But I was thinking if I do not do it, then when? So that's why I decided to take that.
Oh, look at that. Filibuster just in time. Bam. Teamwork. And boop. Boop. All right. Well done, Nancy. Well deserved. There we go. Paste. And paste. All right. Fantastic. Again, one of the things like you guys all have to really consider is this, that you're all here for a reason. Like when Alicia said that she wants a round robin evaluation, I'm not putting thoughts in your guys' head, but even with Natalie and Alicia, as we know, they're really excellent speakers, like experienced speakers. Your opinions matter. We're the audience, right? And the fact of the matter is, the audience, we see things from different perspectives, and it might, that little grain, a little nugget that you might give them might allow them to connect to a bigger audience in the future. So one of us, all of us, we have to really take away like our fear of like, we're not good enough compared to them. That's not what they're asking for. The fact of the matter is, one of the most confident things you can ever do in this world is ask someone else for help, right? And when you do that, psychologically, people like you more, because when you're asking others for help, one, you're complimenting them, saying that you can't do it without them. You might be complimenting their ability. And then when Alicia, as we know, again, Natalie, as we know, experienced speakers, award-winning speakers, they're asking for all of your help in a small way. You should take pride in the fact that if you can add a little bit, and it matters. You might not think it matters, but it really, really does, because all of that information that they collect, it goes into their little mental spots in the brain in reserve, so they can apply it later, right? And these things that we take into these meetings, right, when we apply them in the real world, sometimes they connect. You don't even know it, right? Sometimes in the real world, you come into Toastmasters and it connects. Even the themes all have a purpose. So in the future, I really challenge all of you, again, like I said before, don't look at the whole speech as a whole. Take one spot. I'm going to focus on body language in this speech, right? Especially if it's around Robin. Like, what can she do or he do in the next speech that can affect their body language a little bit better, maybe convey their message stronger? Look at the world championship speakers. It's everything. It's stage movement. It's body language. It's facial features. It's where they put their hands. It's how they wear their hair, right? It's the suit. It's the colors. It's the dress. It's the walk. It's the talk. It's the attitude. So every tiny detail, in order to be like a champion, comes from other opinions. Because ourselves, we can't look in the mirror and figure out our flaws in a lot of ways. So we ask you for help. So do it next time, right? A little bit, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. What can they improve? Why? That's it. All right. Now, let me give it back to our club president for last minute just notes and when our next meeting is. Natalie!
Thank you, Ben, our Toastmaster meeting. Thank you so much, everyone, for your participation, for your energy, and also we thoroughly enjoy tonight's meeting, right? Even though it's only 9 of us. Hello, Anna's daughter. Welcome. Hi. Thank you for accompanying your mom during the meeting and for being such a good daughter. Thank you. And thank you also for all of our visiting Toastmasters who come to support our meeting, from Toastmaster Melita, Magical Bali, Canggu Toastmaster Club, Surabaya Heroes. I don't know what else did I miss. Toastmaster Anna from Malang Toastmaster Club, along with Toastmaster Apri, Toastmaster Dia from STC, and also Alicia, our honorary member. I I'm not gonna try to list all of her clubs because it's gonna be endless. And also Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club members, Fifi, Ben, and Nancy, thanks for keep showing up. Our next meeting will not be on the 29th because this month we have 5 Mondays, but it will be on October 6th. So make sure you note it down on your calendar, not on the next 2 weeks, but it will be in the next 3 weeks on October 6th. If you want to do a speech, contact Ben. If you want to do further project, contact Ben. And I will just officially adjourn this meeting first, but feel free to stay because we still have about like almost 20 minutes before 9 p.m. Jakarta or 10 p.m. Bali, where we can discuss our club success plan. So for that, if you're not from Bhinneka and you want to leave, feel free to leave. Don't feel burdened to stay. I just want to say thank you again for coming and showing up. See you in 3 weeks, and this meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you, everyone.